English learners, in this lesson we will go over 10 very common, very useful sports idioms that you ought to learn. If that's something that interests you, you'd better keep watching. Our first idiom is to throw a curve. To throw a curve. And it comes from a curveball in baseball. You will soon find out that a lot of these idioms actually come from baseball. And it basically means to do or say something that was surprising or unexpected. And it often annoys people or confuses people. Let me give you an example. So I could say that Mark proposing to Tara, to propose means to ask someone to marry you. Mark proposing to Tara really threw me a curve because I thought they were having big relationship issues. So it's something that surprised me a little bit. It was unexpected. Our next idiom has a pretty similar meaning. It also comes from baseball, and it is out of left field. Out of left field. So we can say something is out of left field if it is something that happens that is strange or unexpected. Let me give you an example. So let's say we have an amazing country music star who creates usually nothing but country music ballads. And then one year he decides to make a heavy metal album. So he starts making heavy metal music. You could say, wow, that was really out of left field, right? Because it was something that's kind of odd, something that's a little bit strange. You weren't expecting that from him. Next, we have a ballpark figure. A ballpark figure also comes from baseball. And a ballpark figure is an approximate number or an estimate of what an actual number would be. How many people are going to be at the wedding? Just give me a ballpark figure. How many pies will we need for the barbecue? Just kind of give me a ballpark figure on that. And next we have to play hardball. And this means to be aggressive and getting something that you want. So in recent years in the United States, at least during election year, candidates, these are the people that want to become a politician, right, that are competing to become a politician, they often play hardball. They might say nasty personal insults about the other candidate in order for them to get more votes. They might even try to do illegal things. In the United States, in the past, we had a lot of voter intimidation. People who supported a candidate would threaten people to vote for their candidate or threaten people not to vote at all. That's voter intimidation, and that's playing hardball, right? They want their candidate to win, so they use these aggressive tactics. And then we have to go to bat for. To go to bat for. This means to defend, to give support to, or to help someone. If you are a good friend or a good sibling, you will go to bat for your friend or your sibling. So if you are in high school or middle school and you see your sibling getting bullied or your friend getting bullied, you might approach that bully, put on your stern voice, and scare them a little bit. It's good when an employer goes to bat for his or her employees. It's good when a soldier goes to bat for his comrade, for his fellow soldiers. And next we have to touch base with someone. This is a very useful idiom in business context when you're at the office. It means to meet with someone briefly to talk about how they are, or to ask them what they think about something. So a colleague at your job might ask you to touch base with them to see how a project you are working on is going. Maybe they'll ask to touch base with you every day or every other day. Or maybe even your supervisor might ask to touch base with you to see how that project is going as well. You might call your family member up and say, hey, we need to touch base. We need to get together and catch up. I want to know what you've been doing. Let's touch base. Our next sports idiom is to watch from the sidelines or to sit on the sidelines. And this basically means to watch what is going on, but without getting involved in the situation. So this area of a basketball court is called the sidelines. But this phrase is often used figuratively. For instance, I don't like raising my hand in class. I prefer to listen, take notes, and sit on the sidelines, not actually participate in the discussions. Next, we have the idiom, the ball is in someone's court. The ball is in someone's court. And basically, it means it's someone's time or turn to make a decision about something, to say their opinion about something. It is their time. So I could say, I asked Matt on a date to the museum, but the ball is in his court now. He must decide whether or not we actually go to the museum. It's his choice. It's his decision. Or I can say, I suggest going to Mexico for vacation, but the ball is in your court, right? Meaning, I suggested something, but you will be the one to make the decision. I'm putting the ball in your court. Our next idiom is to be up to par. To be up to par. And this means to be satisfactory, standard, as good as something should be. So if you go to a restaurant and you order a steak, and the steak is tough, it's not seasoned properly, you could tell that waiter, this steak is not up to par. It is not satisfactory. It is not as good as it should be. I do not want it. But if you can eat that steak and you have no complaints, you could say that that steak is up to par. It's as good as it should be. And our last idiom is to throw in the towel. I'm throwing in the towel on this video, okay? So to throw in the towel means to quit, to surrender, to give up. So if you're running a race and you cannot run anymore, you are so tired, you must give up. You had to throw in the towel. It was getting too difficult. All right, English learners, that is the end of this video. If you found it useful, make sure to give me a like, subscribe to this channel, and ring the bell so you will be informed of all my English videos when I upload them. Maybe in the comments, tell me, what is your favorite sport? And of all the idioms we just went over, what is your favorite? Take care, and until next time, English learners.